Have you ever encountered a really exciting investment opportunity and you thought to yourself, wow, this is it. This is the silver bullet. Well, think again. Hi, I'm Dr. Shamim Nazir. I've been an ER physician for 25 years, and I created the Doctor Investor to empower physicians in their financial choices. Today, I want to tell you about a young lady I met recently. She's a third-year internal medicine resident. She's graduating in a few months, planning to get married. She'll be relocating, and she also has $200,000 of student loan debt. And she would like to buy a house that's approximately $500,000. And she tells me that her residency directors invited a whole life insurance salesman to their residency conference to teach them about whole life. And this insurance salesman was advising her to buy whole life insurance instead of paying off her student loan debt. And this whole story reminded me of how we can get so distracted by these bright, shiny objects and these exciting investment opportunities and strategies and lose sight of the basics of financial planning. Financial planning is really not that complicated. I know us doctors like to, hire others to do this for us, but it's really just common sense. I think there are just basically 5 main components of a good financial plan. And what are those? 5 basic components of a financial plan are: number 1, earn money. Number 2, save money. Number 3, invest money. Number 4, insure money or ability to earn money. And number 5, avoid borrowing money. That's really all there is to it. So let's go back over the list and talk about these in detail. Number 1, earning money. Obviously this is basic stuff, right? We all know we have to earn some money. Seems very obvious, but I think it's not so obvious. Of course, doctors have gone to college and residency and they've gone to training and they provide a service that people value and they get money in return for that. That's basic economics. But I think a lot of times students are going to college without really that concept in mind. They're going to college and earning a degree that doesn't necessarily lead to a job, or they're not really clear on what type of service they're going to provide to society in exchange for money. So that is something we have to at least put up there, that first you've got to earn money. You've got to create value within yourself. You've got to provide value to others. And then the second thing is we've got to save some of that money. And we can save it in a variety of ways. We can save it just in our checking account for emergency fund, our savings account, CD, money market account. We can also put the money in investment accounts. And that leads to the third thing we need to do with our money, which is invest. So how do we invest is a whole nother topic. There's a lot of different kinds of investment accounts, but we do have to invest some of our money as part of our financial planning. And then the fourth thing is we have to ensure our ability to earn that money, because that is our number one source of revenue. It's just like if we had a business or a building that generated revenue. We want to protect that asset. And as a doctor or a professional, you are your number one asset. So you've got to protect your ability to earn that income. And we need malpractice insurance, disability insurance, and we need home, auto, and of course, umbrella insurance, which is another layer of insurance beyond your auto and home insurance. And then you want to have life insurance if you have other dependents, and you don't need any kind of fancy life insurance, you just need term life insurance. And the fifth thing is debt. There are a lot of creative arguments on how to leverage debt, and I know in the investing world especially, we use debt to increase our returns. But debt can be a double-edged sword, and that's why it's very important to be cognizant of how much debt you're taking on when you are getting an education, and then being really disciplined about paying that off. And there can be a lot of creative arguments around whether or not to pay off your debt, whether to take that money and invest it somewhere else where you get a better rate of return than paying off your debt. And all of those things may even be true, but a lot of times people just get busy. They have a lot of things going on in their life and they get behind. And then they are neither paying off that debt nor investing that money. They're just spending that money. And then you haven't really benefited from that strategy. So it's really important to just, I think, stay clear on what is going to be your strategy and executing that. And I think for most people graduating from medical school and residency, it's better to get out of that debt. And then you can just, start clear and free and do what you want. Whether you want to invest or buy a house, it's all yours from there on out. But you have that monkey off your back. You don't have that burden of debt going forward. So the sooner you can pay that off, the better. So that's really all there is to financial planning. Is first of all, make some money, save some money, invest some money, and ensure your ability to earn money, protect your assets, and stay out of debt. It's really not complicated. And I think that too often we hear about these really fancy strategies and interesting tools out there, which may be great, and I'm not saying that they're all bad. There may be a time to use those, but if it's too complicated and you don't understand it, better not to go there. If you don't understand, don't invest in that. And just do the basic things first. So I hope that was helpful. Please like, share, and comment. Let me know your thoughts on what we're talking about and what else you'd like for us to talk about. And I hope to see you next time. And don't forget to check out our website at thedoctorinvestor.com.